She looked through the peephole. It was Thomas. But his eyes, they were different. Black, cold, empty. She opened the door. "Thomas!" He smiled, but it wasn't his smile. "It's time," he said softly. Sarah slammed the door and turned the lock. But she knew this was not her husband anymore. The real battle had begun. Sarah backed away from the door, her breath coming in sharp gasps. The figure on the other side pressed his face against the glass, eyes glowing faintly red. "Thomas, please," she whispered, voice trembling. "Fight it. Come back to me." The figure smiled wider, showing teeth too sharp to be human. "I am what you made me, Sarah. And soon, so will your child be." A sudden crash startled her. The lock shattered and the door burst open. Thomas stepped inside, but something was wrong. His movements were jerky, unnatural. The warmth she once knew was gone. Sarah ran to the kitchen, grabbing a knife and holding it tight. She shouted, "I won't let you take me or this baby." The shadow that was Thomas laughed. "You can't stop destiny." He lunged at her. Sarah dodged, slicing the air. Pain exploded in her arm as he grabbed her wrist. She struggled, but his grip was like iron. Suddenly, a bright light filled the room. Mama Nkechi appeared in the doorway, holding a carved wooden staff that glowed with golden fire. "Enough!" she commanded. The shadow Thomas recoiled, hissing like a wild animal. Mama Nkechi stepped forward. "You broke the sacred rules. The child must remain pure." The room shook, and the shadow screamed, dissolving into smoke. Thomas collapsed, breathing hard, eyes clearing. Sarah ran to him, tears flowing. He whispered, "I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing." She held him tight. "We fight this together." Outside, the city lights flickered as if warning them. The darkness was not gone yet. The next morning, sunlight streamed weakly through the curtains, but Sarah felt no relief. The battle last night had left her drained and more afraid than ever. Thomas sat beside her, silent, eyes haunted. "Did Mama Nkechi explain everything?" Sarah asked softly. Thomas nodded. "She said this place is a gateway, a place where spirits make deals with the living. I made one for fame. But I didn't think it would cost us like this." Sarah took his hand. "We need help. Real help." They went back to Pastor Ruth, who gathered a small group of elders from the church. Together, they planned a cleansing ritual, one that would last for days and test their faith and courage. The day before the ritual, Sarah stood on the rooftop of Oak Lodge, looking out over Ibadan. The city buzzed with life, unaware of the fight happening inside the old walls. Her belly moved again, a soft kick this time. It was a sign. "Promise." She whispered, "Hold on, little one. We're coming for you." That night, as the elders prayed and sang, a storm gathered outside. Thunder rumbled and rain lashed the windows. The battle was not over. But Sarah knew one thing for sure. She would protect her child, no matter what it took. The elders gathered in the main hall, their voices rising in prayer, singing songs of deliverance and light. Sarah stood in the center of a salt circle, clutching the anointing oil Pastor Ruth had given her. Thomas was beside her, holding her hand tightly. The air was thick with power, both holy and dark. Shadows flickered at the edges of the room, twisting and writhing like smoke. Chanting grew louder, a chorus of hope and faith against the unseen evil. Suddenly, the walls began to bleed black again. The ground trembled beneath their feet. Sarah doubled over in pain, clutching her belly as a voice echoed inside her head. "You cannot break the pact." Her eyes snapped open, blazing with determination. "No," she said aloud. "This child is mine, not yours." The elders surrounded her, lifting their hands higher. Light flooded the room, pushing back the darkness. The shadows screamed, shrieking as they dissolved into the air. And then peace. The black blood vanished. The walls returned to normal. Sarah looked down and felt the softest kick yet. A smile spread across her face. Thomas kissed her forehead. The nightmare was ending. But the true journey, the journey of motherhood, was only just beginning. Weeks passed, and the heaviness that once clouded the apartment lifted. The oak lodge felt lighter, less alive with shadows. Sarah's belly grew round and warm with new life. Neighbors no longer watched with secret smiles or whispered chants. Mama Nkechi and Uncle Dyron stopped visiting. It was as if the dark pact was broken. Thomas and Sarah found their way back to each other, slowly, carefully. He was no longer the man chasing fame at any cost, but someone who knew the true value of love and family. One evening, under the soft glow of the sunset, Sarah felt a sharp pain. It was time. Thomas helped her to the hospital. The doctors were kind, the nurses gentle. Hours later, Sarah held her baby, a small boy with wide eyes and a calm presence. The baby looked healthy, perfect. As Sarah stared into his eyes, she whispered, "You are mine, and you are loved." That night, as she rocked him to sleep, she felt no darkness, no fear. Only hope. 'Cause some battles leave scars. But some battles bring new beginnings. And Sarah's story was just beginning. The end. Hey besties. Before you go, tap like, leave me a sweet comment, share this with your friends, and follow for more amazing stories. You don't want to miss the next one.